welcome back to Eggy Foods. You asked for it, so today, the Bouillon seasoning experiment. Check it out.
So the comment that inspired this video mentioned the Knorr brand, which I have heard a lot about. But when I went to my local supermarket, the only thing I could find under the Knorr brand was just some soup mix. And I wouldn't have been completely against seasoning a steak with soup mix, but the flavors just didn't seem like they were what I was looking for. So I just found a generic store brand bouillon powder. And I figured beef was probably the way to go because maybe chicken would be alright, but I mean steak, beef, it seemed like it was the right choice. And of course, I had to grab a couple sips while I was in the building. And for this experiment, I will be using this very frugally priced, reduced for quick sale flat iron steak. You know what? Affordable, but also tasty at the same time. And since I have no idea how this is going to turn out, I will be using just the one steak today, cut in half. And on the one half, I will be seasoning it with nothing but the bouillon powder. That way I will know for sure just what kind of flavor this is bringing to the table. And on the other side, that will be our control, which I will be seasoning just as normally with salt, garlic powder, and freshly ground black pepper.
Alright, so we have our steak here. It looks great. The bouillon steak is very, very deeply red, which indicates to me that the seasoning really got into the meat, and so that should really give a good flavor, I'm hoping. And it's easy to tell which one is which because this one has the freshly ground black pepper on it, so that's simple to determine. And we're not doing anything too fancy today. We're just gonna see, does bouillon seasoning really bring something to the table or not, or what's the deal? So I could probably drop both of these in the pan at the same time and just, save myself the trouble of, I'm not going to do anything too special. So I think I'll throw a little oil in the pan, drop them in, a little quick sear. They're not too big, shouldn't take too long, and we will see what's really good. All right, let's go. Alright, well, I worked up a little bit of a sweat again, just like last time, but I got my sip on hand here to help me out with that. So today, these are a little more on the rare side, as you might be able to see. On the last video, people were kind of telling me that it seemed like it was overdone. We're finding the happy medium. So today, maybe it's a little, it's still fine. I'd eat it raw. I saw some guy on Instagram who said you can pretty much eat raw meat all day and it's good for you, so I'm not going to trip on it too much. I don't think it should have too much of a bad impact on the flavor. But one problem is I kind of was cutting these up and I kind of got them mixed up. But I do have a piece of each here, so it'll all be good. Everything's all going to be all good. Although one other thing too, I realized there was like a membrane that was going across this steak. And I probably should have pulled that out. As you see here as I'm sawing through it. Probably should have pulled that membrane out before I went through all this.
A few moments later.
Enough of all that. So this was the salt, pepper, garlic powder, just so the regular steak here. Let's check it out. More tender than you might think. It's kind of a bigger piece here, so give me a second. The flavor is good. Flavor is good. It is tender. It's about as juicy as you could expect this cut to be. It's not dry at all. The membrane. Excuse me a second here. All right. Now, for the moment of truth. The beef bouillon steak. Nothing else. I mean, it's pretty much salt as if it was like salt, MSG, and flavoring or whatever. But let's find out. Cheers. It's weird. It's a weird flavor. It's not bad, but it's definitely not as flavorful overall as a fully seasoned steak. It's kind of like, it's weird. It tastes almost like a little soupy, but I don't mean like, it's like a brothy taste, but it's not strong. It definitely, it's not like a concentrated brothy taste. It's like, it kind of feels like the taste of, if you're having a bowl of like Campbell's soup in a can, and it's like, you get the last bit of soup and you're kind of going like that, and it's like that last bit, because it's not very concentrated, it's not very heavy. It's like a light, brothy thing going on. Not exactly what I was hoping for, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna maybe be like some kind of, intense beef flavor, like where you're, like if you accidentally licked some ramen beef powder, something like that, just something that was gonna be like really over the top. But it's really not. It's kind of so-so. It's kind of meh. It's kind of a little bit too raw, maybe. But I mean, it's good. It's good. There's nothing except for that dang membrane, oh well. You live and you learn. Let my goofishness on camera be a reminder to you all that when you are butchering your steak or looking at it or whatever, that you're paying attention to those things like the silver skin, the membrane, whatever that you might be leaving on, and you might get to it on your plate, you might be chewing on it and be like, ew, toss to the side, Now next time, easy to just pick it out before you throw it on, and, no harm, no foul, it's all good and gravy. Oh, maybe the MSG that's in this is still addictive, I don't know. But overall, I would say that using beef bouillon to season your steak, I wouldn't really think that's a worthwhile thing to do. Maybe the MSG part of it's addictive and maybe you'll want to eat the whole thing. But as far as just flavor-wise, it's very meh. It's not great. So there you are, the bouillon seasoning experiment. Dog is over here. You must be hearing my reaction is not very enthusiastic or optimistic. He doesn't seem to really care. Are you sure? He's just sitting there. He's looking. Come on. Come on. What? You're just gonna sit there? You don't want any steak? It didn't sound good. Let's give him a second here. Maybe he's old. Maybe he's warming up a little bit. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You see? All right. Visual cue, I guess. Ooh. All right, come over here. Come on. All right, it's not great. I'm sorry. It's not the prestige cut from the other day, but here you go, buddy. All right, well, I think that'll just about suit us up for today. Thank you again for the recommendation, the suggestion to give this a try. Didn't turn out super fantastic, but you know what? Hey, you live and learn. So if you got any more great ideas for any more Eggy Foods episodes, make sure to let me know. I got a couple more episodes on the way as we speak. They're a little more glitz and glamour than this one, so make sure to stay tuned, and I will see ya when that comes around. All right. Until next time, my friends, take care. Ciao. Goodbye for now, and enjoy your chow. All right. Later.